Welcome everybody, wherever you are watching us from. It's our fifth time that we are opening Caelestinus from Prague live in a nice medieval building which we try to decorate, as you see, so that we make the following 2 hours highly enjoyable even for you that cannot be here with us in Celetná Street in Prague, not far from where Albert Einstein used to stay, and many other big important scientists, physicians, not Rembrandt, as you may, some of you were wondering what the painting is. So this is not part of the script, but I thought I would instruct you what you are looking at. So this is a mix of a famous Rembrandt painting, which is the anatomy lesson of Dr. Tulp, and it's mixed with some computer screens, which don't make sense for the brights, the brights among you. You can guess that the type of the computer and the type of the screens don't match. So all of you, of course, have noticed it before I said it. But why it's Rembrandt? Because the painting used to have a human cadaver, a human body. So as we are a health tech and med tech incubator, and as opposed to Rembrandt and old times, we rely on data and digital layer. That's instead of the body, we put a digital twin, if you want. So that's just explaining the setup, the flowers. Well, we just like flowers because if we have a skeleton, then to make it enjoyable, we decided to put flowers. I hope it works. I'm sure you are not offended from aesthetic sense. This is Caelestinus. We do things differently. We combine the old with the ultra new, which is you, your startups, your idea, your energy. And we will try to help you grow and become famous even more than Rembrandt. We want you to revolutionize and change the way healthcare is delivered, is conceived, and we want you to do good and do it well while you do it. So my name is Thomas. I have been at the helm together with Caelestinus team for the past 5 years, so it's a little anniversary. It's the 5th year that we have been doing this. It started as a project after a hackathon where we had conversation with Evgeny, who is in the audience. I shortly invite him to speak. And I'm amazed to see how successful, how global the program turned out to be. And we are so proud that we can manage it and provide it from the heart of Europe, from very center of Prague, to provide such a service that will make you succeed globally in your digital health innovations. So the program would not be here without kind support of our partners. So as you know, we are powered by InterSystems, which is the company that provides, that handles and manages data, healthcare data, billions around the world. And so if there is a medical record around the world, it's probably on InterSystem technology. And that's why the partnership makes sense for you to build your solution so that it's easily plug and play through InterSystems technology, delivered around the world to top hospitals and healthcare providers. We are also powered by a number of hospitals and institutions. We started with ICEM, which is the Institute of Clinical and Experimental Medicine in Prague. We also have today in the audience a physician from ICEM who's been mentor, will speak about the past 5 years and maybe what the future holds. We are growing our number of partners, so we also have a hospital from Barcelona, we have a hospital in Israel, we have hospitals in Malta, and a number of other countries. So Over the past 5 years, we grew from 1 hospital partner to at least 5 at this very moment, and the list will grow even this year. We also have pharma companies, a lot of your ideas for products and services are it's not just physicians or surgery, it's also pharma, so it's new ways to deliver drugs, to produce them, to carry out research, at the end of which there are new drugs. So we are also touching biotechnology, bioscience, life sciences in general. So this is something that over the past 5 years we've grown from challenges that concern surgery and transplantology and diabetology to other areas, including life science. We are truly global. Again, this year we are accepting 26 teams, most of them from Europe, closely followed by the United States, and then also 4 teams from Asia and 1 from Latin America. So again, Caelestinus has shown its global nature. On purpose, we invite startups and projects from all around the world so that you can exchange experience of building a startup in various parts of the world. And for those that want to address the largest markets in the US or in Europe or in Asia, this is a unique opportunity to have a pal, have a friend in the same cohort that actually does business and is happy to share knowledge of what's it like to build a startup in those parts of the world. So let's maybe gradually move to all the hellos and welcome notes. It's a good tradition, and for the past 5 years we have been starting the incubation by a word from our patrons. As you know, Caelestinus, maybe you may not know this, but Caelestinus or Caelestinus, I accept these 2 pronunciations depending on the kind of Latin that you want to stick to. Either it's the classical Latin, then it's Caelestinus, and if you have the more medieval kind of Latin, then it's Caelestinus, or Caelestinus even is fine. So again, this was a question that has come up quite often. How do I pronounce Caelestinus or Caelestinus or Caelestinus? You can pronounce it in any way. The main thing is to be happy. No one is going to judge you. On the other hand, we are pretty relaxed about the way you pronounce things. What we are not relaxed about is about the way you deliver things. KPIs. No, I'm joking. Okay, so our patrons, it's the Hospitaller Order of St. John of God, because there was this guy called Caelestinus Opitz, or Caelestinus Opitz, in 1847, who came in Europe, was the first guy who carried out a surgery under general anesthesia. So he is our original health tech hero. He did it not far from here, about 500 meters from this very place, in a hospital that is still there. And that's the story of Caelestinus. So there was a guy, and now 200 years later, whatever, we have an incubation program in his name. So it's now my pleasure to invite Martin Richard Macek. It will be a recording because we have been using it for the past 5 years. Come on, we try to make things easier. Maybe saying hello to all the new cohort.
Vážené dámy, vážení pánové, velice mě těší, že vás mohu pozdravit při zahájení projektu Caelestinus. Caelestin Opitz byl milosrdný bratr, který roku 1846 právě v dnešní nemocnici na Františku provedl svou první narkózu, pomohl člověku, pomohl ženě, která strčila ruce do mandlu a pomohl jí tak od bolesti. On vlastně celý svůj život se zabýval tím, jak pomáhat lidem kolem sebe, aby nemuseli tak trpět, aby měli méně bolesti. Já vždycky uvádím, když mluvím o Caelestinu Opicovi, tak vždycky říkám, jak mi bylo i předáváno od starších bratřích, někteří z nich i anestezii podávali, už bohužel zemřeli, ale někteří ještě na Františku, nemocnici na Františku tu anestezii podávali, tak říkali, no on to nejdřív tu anestezii zkoušel na zvířatech, potom na spolubratřích a pak teprve na pacientech. Jestli to tak opravdu bylo, nevím, ale každopádně ta jeho snaha odstranit bolest možná v dnešní době více, jak si dokážeme představit, nebo jak jsme si dokázali představit, ještě aktuální. Chtěl, aby lidi, když něčím trpí, tak aby málo trpěli. On vlastně nebyl, možná znáte i jeho životopis, ale nebyl lékařem vystudovaným a ta jeho touha byla opravdu pomoci každému druhému z nás. Takovou malou odbočku, my jsme i z toho důvodu založili před asi 13 lety udílení ceny Caelestina Opice, kde chceme upozornit na lidi, kteří jakýmkoliv způsobem v jakýchkoliv oblastech právě tu pomoc druhému poskytují. A věřte, to je dneska tak široké téma a tak otevřené, že nad rámec volného času, nad rámec svých povinností spousta lidí tuto pomoc poskytuje, aniž bychom o tom měli ani tušení, aniž bychom věděli. Ale zpátky k vašemu projektu. Myslím si, že vzniká, a věřím tomu pevně, že vznikne něco naprosto unikátního, nového, nadnárodního, mezinárodního, kde ta péče člověku, který potřebuje pomoci, který je v jiné situaci, než se nacházíme my, jak říká náš otec Jan, jak se dělíme na ty, kteří jsou nemocní a na ty, kteří to ještě tu diagnozu neznají. Je to trošku nadsázka toho, že každý můžeme čekat, že nás někdy nějaká těžkost, nějaká nemoc, anebo cokoliv postihne. A máme spolu zodpovědnost za každého druhého z nás. Já sám, když jsem se rozhodoval o vstup do řádu milosrdných bratří, tak musím se přiznat, že jsem nejvíc tíhnul k řádu matce Tereze. Mám dodnes ve velké úctě tento řád a samotnou matku Terezu. Ale pak shodou okolností jsem potkal bratry zde v Brně, kteří už ve vysokém důchodovém věku pomáhali druhým. No a postupně, jak jsem tady pobýval víc času a vstoupil do řádu, tak jsem zjišťoval, jak oni i v dobách komunismu, v dobách velmi nestandardní, kdy bylo těžké pomáhat a vlastní nemocnice, přesto pomáhali druhým. Pořád přemýšleli, jakým způsobem přistupovat druhému. Jak jsem říkal i na začátku, dnešní doba nás navádí do situace, na kterou nejsme zvyklí, jak pomáhat těm, kteří jsou ve válce, jak pomáhat těm, kteří trpí, který musí utíkat ze země pronásledované agresorem a kteří jsou vyhnáni. To nám přináší doba a tento projekt, věřím, že přinese do oblasti medicíny anebo případně kamkoliv jinam novou dimenzi, novou formu pomoci. Chtěl bych vás ujistit, že se za vás, za všechny a vůbec za tento celý projekt, že se za to modlíme, že na vás všechny myslíme v modlitbách, aby byl co možná nejefektivnější, teď nemyslím v tom finančním slova smyslu, ale v tom smyslu pomoci, aby dosáhl co nejširším slova smyslu na lidi, kteří to potřebují. A abyste to dělali s láskou a s radostí, ale ostatně si myslím, že jinak byste asi do tohoto projektu nešli. Takže všechno dobré, a jak svatý Jan z Boha říkal, tak tím chci i skončit. Dělejme dobro a dělejme ho dobře.
So I'd like to thank Brother Martin for those fine words. And what you will hear quite often during your incubation is the motto, do good and do it well. Because do good, that sounds hard, but it's quite easy. But what is the hardest part is to do it well, to the best of your abilities and skills, because only that way can you build something great and feel good about it as well. If you don't perform to 100% of your 120% of your skills and abilities, you would not enjoy our incubation. Well, I think that after Brother Martin, it's now my pleasure to invite our main partner, InterSystems, and it will be none other than Dean Andrews, who is kind of in charge of everything related to startups.
Hello, Caelestinus. Thank you for joining in the Incubator this year. We are very excited to have you. Based on our experience over the past 4 years, I am confident in saying that this incubator will be a valuable and worthwhile part of your journey. I encourage you to participate as much as possible in the incubator sessions. We have experts in many areas, technology, business, and marketing, that are here to help you. And we have a network of partners and alumni that will broaden your connections. We are here to help you accelerate your innovations and increase the positive impact you have on the world. We will support you however we can during this incubator and after. Please give us feedback all along the way. We want to know how we can make this experience better for you and more helpful to you and others. I look forward to meeting you all online or in person soon. Best of luck. Thank you for participating in Caelestinus.
Thank you, Dean, for your fine words. It's pleasure to see and hear that Caelestinus program within InterSystems grows, or has been growing year on year in notoriety and kind of excitement behind it. And of course, with our alumni, there are close to 100 alumni that have been through Caelestinus that are helping to spread the word and find new talented startups. By the way, you that made it are the 26 teams. We received over 150 applications for the program. So big bravo. I want to tell it right at the beginning that you're amazing, that you made it through our interviews. We had extremely difficult time choosing the startups we will invite. We have lots of those that are wondering why they didn't make it. You know, we have only so many hours and so many people that, and they want to be 100% behind the program. That's why we need to cap the capacity. But anyway, so you are amazing, guys. Now, I'd like to invite a representative of an institution that is crucial for your success, which is a hospital where you go for data, pilots, and testing your solutions, whether your ideas work. But before we invite a hospital to speak, I already mentioned that I have Yevgeny from InterSystems, who was at the beginning of Caelestinus program and is a kind of co-founder. So you can finally see us both. And it was our conversation at eCam 5 years ago that started this whole program. So Yevgeny, I'm so happy that you made it in person. You can be here, and I can't wait what you have to say for the 5th batch.
Yes, sure. Can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you, Tomasz. And as you can see, sometimes conversations can convert into something bigger. And now we're having Caelestinus the 5th year and 5th cohort, more than 100 alumni, and as Tomasz said, we had more than 150 startups applied this year for this incubator. First of all, I want to say thank you for joining Caelestinus this year, and yeah, does it work?
So you'll have to go again.
Can you hear me?
Is it okay now?
Yeah, good. Okay, thank you for joining Caelestinus 2026. Yeah, and frankly, it's kind of difficult when you're invited to say, like, why are you doing this? I mean, so when you're like doing it every day for weeks, and then why? Okay, so, but actually, I thought about that, and I will share you why we are doing this. And it's not only that we had like initial idea, hey, let's do something bigger, but also through the years, I can tell you that one of the reasons why we are doing this is why we are making Caelestinus also for all the partners we gathered, and for InterSystems especially. It's a way for us to see the future of healthcare and life science. So, because you guys, you are building this future, and maybe not all of you will form the future and curtain of and the surface of healthcare and new approaches and the way how we live, but a lot of will do. And of course, another reason is, as I'm from InterSystems, and we are more than 40 years in business. It's almost like how many years I'm on this planet, and for us, it's always very important to get the feedback. Are we still relevant? Like, if what we do makes sense for the innovation in healthcare, in life science, and so on. Also. I want to say that innovation it cannot be created in isolation. And on contrary, actually, to build something, maybe you need to make a concentration of minds, experts, companies, and there are a lot of examples of that, why and when it works. So. One of the, like, maybe the most obvious and clear is Silicon Valley, which introduced so many innovations like we use every day now, yeah, and it's keep going. And and one of the biggest why it worked in Silicon Valley, because maybe in a distance of a mile, innovators, entrepreneurs that are there, they were able to reach out an expert or investor or another entrepreneur or another service, and it's and this concentration, it helped to drive innovation and to overcome and to make a difference and to build the future. So in Caelestinus, we invited and built a consortium of partners that represent pharma, life science, technology vendors like InterSystems, like us, and others, academia, of course, hospitals, clinics, and experts, clinicians. So actually, we're introducing this concentration of minds and technology in one place, like digital place in this case. So we hope that Caelestinus for you will be this digital health valley for the next 3 months and beyond, so that you have an ability in a distance of 1 click to reach out experts and maybe opinions of technology vendors, technology itself, and institutions. So this is what we hope Caelestinus will be for you this year. And last but not least, someone is calling that kind of Caelestinus is a kind of blessed innovation. So, and as Tomasz said, and you know that we are named after a monk who introduced Anastasia into practice, and also this very street, these walls, they remember debates and discussions of Bolzano, Einstein. So we believe this is not a coincidence. Yeah, so this all will work. And in the end of the day, you don't even know what helped the innovation to make it through. So everything should be used. So yeah, and with that, I'll say welcome to Caelestinus 2026, and let's do good and do it well. And again, PS, notice, I didn't say AI once. So, of course we will have AI. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Evgeny. It's true. What trendy AI? It's mainstream these days. So maybe, as we were discussing, it's time not to use AI and stand out and be innovative in that way. As I promised, we have a hospital representative that is also about to welcome you, the new cohort. And it's Gil Levy from Asuta Ashdod Hospital in Israel that should be online and ready to say hello. Hello, Gil.
You can hear me.
Yes, all fine.
Perfect. So first of all, thank you for the honor to be part of the ceremony, exciting ceremony. And welcome and good luck for all the new members of the new cohort of 2026 cohort. My name is Gil Levy. I'm a director of the medical innovation in my hospital. My hospital is a hospital located about 40 kilometers south of Tel Aviv, in the city of Ashdod. We serve a community of about 350,000 people, a very diverse community. The immigrants that came from different areas in the world, Europe, Northern Africa, US, Eastern Europe, and the Middle East. So the data that we actually collecting is very attractive for research. We opened doors in 2017, so the data is not 20 or 30 years data that you might get in a different medical organization, but practically from day one, we are paperless. So the data that we have is very accurate and precise. And we started a project for data sharing. We called it the Sandbox. And since we started the Sandbox, we actually joined Caelestinus. Since one of the virtual research rooms is based on the IRIS, which is the InterSystems platform for big data. So we do have the technology, the facility, and the ability to provide data, very diverse data, including medical records, laboratory results, imaging results, digital pathology, and all the others data that requires either validation or proof of concept for technology. And we are doing it. We had a very good experience with companies that came from Caelestinus. They always challenging us, but definitely we do our best to meet all the challenges that these advanced technologies requires. We're going to have a workshop that actually my chief technology officer will explain exactly how we work and how to communicate with us and design the research and the data that you need. And we will have a workshop for that in the near future. But I want to thank the Caelestinus management for having us. It's a pleasure and an honor to meet startups from all over the world and provide the data that they need to make life better and health better and advance our ability to treat patients. So again, good luck on your journey. I'm sure you're going to enjoy every minute of it and you learn a lot. And we are here to give you as much as we can in order to advance your technologies and bring it to the market. Good luck.
Well, thank you, Gil, for your fine words. It's a real pleasure to have you on board. And we've had you for now a few years, and I'm glad to hear that cooperation is moving in the right direction. It makes sense for you. It continues to make sense. So we now have another hospital representative. It's a hospital of Hradec Králové, which is a town in Czechia, and again we have been working together with the Faculty Hospital of Hradec Králové for the past 4 years or maybe even 5 years. So it's my pleasure to welcome Lucie Bartošová from the Technology Transfer Office of the hospital to say hello. Hello, Lucka. It's nice to see you again, smiling.
Hello. Hello, everybody. I hope you are hearing me well.
Yes, all fine.
Yes, perfect. Thank you too much for kind introduction. My name is Lucie Bartošová, and I'm part of Technology Transfer Office at the University Hospital Hradec Králové. As Tomáš said, our hospital has been part of Caelestinus initiative for 3 years now, and we are truly happy to meet so many inspiring people and innovative projects through this platform. Our hospital is one of 10 university hospitals in Czech Republic. We are located about 100 kilometers from Prague. We are typical university hospital. We have about 25 clinical departments. I will not list them all. I just like to highlight those that have exceptionally strong research backgrounds, and these are hemato-oncology and neurology. We also have a dedicated research institute, Center of Biomedical Research, which focuses on drug development and testing, mainly in the fields of neurodegenerative diseases and oncology. Implementing innovations within a large hospital is not always an easy task, as all of you probably know. But if you believe we could support your project in any way, we will do our best to identify the right clinical partner for you and help establish cooperation that benefits both sides. If you would like to discuss your technology with us in more detail, please join workshop that will be organized by Caelestinus and will take place on April 28th. So that's brief introduction of our hospital, and I wish all of you great success with your innovations.
Thank you, Lucie, for being part of our partner list. You are one of the key partners, and that kind of partner that are most sought after. It's hospitals who can offer data collaboration, an opportunity to pilot and test your ideas for new medical products and services. So thank you again, and I'm sending my regards 100 kilometers to the east from here, and I hope to see you again soon in person. Next, because we promise to connect you with hospitals, and that's I think one of the crucial aspect when you are building a healthcare solution. You need access to patients, to physicians, to understand the needs and gaps in the market, because we are a B2B incubator, if you want. We rely on cooperating with hospitals. We go the hard way because we go through often medical device certifications, not the easy way to launch gadgets anyone can play with. We do the hard way. So we rely on hospital partnerships. And next we have another hospital, and this time it's the hospital in Barcelona, Hospital Clínic de Barcelona, and we have Isaac Cano, who is Caelestinus himself, went through the program and now has offered to support you through his role at the Clínic de Barcelona, and he had to pre-record a video because couldn't be online at this time, but the video will explain you how you can cooperate with a hospital clinic in Barcelona.
Hi to everybody, this is Isaac Cano from Hospital Clinic Barcelona. I'm glad to be able to share with you information for external organizations, companies, and institutions that would like to use our data for secondary purposes, such as for research, innovation, or technological development. I'm also the CEO of a spin-off company of the hospital, which name is Health Circuit, and would like to highlight that we participated in the 2023 intake of Caelestinus, and so we had a very good experience both of during the program and after the program, thanks to the continued support by the InterSystems team. So the program for secondary use of data basically regulates the access to this data for non-care purposes. This is for research, innovation, or even for teaching via the X platform. It's our internal data warehouse, which takes into account the required processes to ensure data privacy, to be compliant with the GDPR, and to be aligned with the data governance approved by the hospital. In general terms, the data can be requested by any entity, irrespectively if this entity has already a link with the hospital or not. And the data warehouse currently it's allowing for the secondary use of information from diagnosis, medical records, microbiology, lab test results, drug administrations, procedures, etc., etc. The data warehouse has data since 2007, and it is updated in a monthly basis with an average of about 50,000 new episodes per month. So the secondary use of the data needs to be shaped as a project. It can be a multi-center research project or bilateral project between the hospital and the external entity. And the essential requirement is that in any of these projects, we must involve as principal investigator someone from within the hospital clinic who will act as the scientific lead and the point of contact with the hospital. There are 6 basic mandatory conditions for these external projects. As I said, we need a principal investigator from the hospital. We need to undergo an evaluation from the current biomed committee. In most cases, we also need the ethics approval from the ethics committee of the hospital. Also, depending on the different requests, we may need to sign data processing agreement, data destruction agreement. There's going to be always the delivery of this data after anonymization has been undergone by the clinical informatics department of the hospital, and this external entity should commit on not redistributing this information. In a nutshell, the process starts with the submission of the request for the secondary use of the data, the review by the biomed committee, the ethics approval, the regulatory binding agreements, and the billing of the associated cost, and then the preparation of the data and the final delivery to the external entity. So the evaluation by the Biomed committee basically takes into account the feasibility and the alignment of the project with the hospital operational capacity, the data availability, the data quality, and the infrastructure requirements to extract and prepare this data, the cost estimation and the potential return to the hospital, the alignment with the hospital research and innovation priorities, and last but not least, compliance with the GDPR, ethical adequacy, and requirements from the ethics committee. In most of the projects, the process of delivering the data is done with a secure transfer, so the data has been anonymized, although we are also working with a federated model that in the future will not require the data to leave the hospital domain. Thank you very much for your attention. Here you have the contact email. There is also online available technical documentation that you can find on the slides. I will make sure that you can have access to the material, or if you directly contact me, I can also provide this information. Thank you so much.
Well, Isaac gave you a big disclaimer, basically. But of course, as you are working with a hospital that needs to abide by regulations of the EU and all the procedures, there is a procedure. But the good thing is that you have Isaac, who is a Caelestinus alumnus, who's been and still is in your shoes, so he understands what you are after and is going to make the whole formal process to obtain the data as easy as possible. So that's a great news that you can have a big hospital with a Caelestinus alumni who is going to help you with accessing patient data and working with top physicians from Barcelona. So now we have a new thing for 2026 is something that we have been missing up to this point. And what we have been missing is somehow a direct reach to the front line where most healthcare happens, which is not in hospitals, but is in GPs' offices. And in the future, the first line, maybe even elsewhere in pharmacies, in the task is to get only those that need it to the hospital and to provide healthcare either at home through telemedicine or within the GP's office. And that's the reason that we partnered this year with Primary Care Accelerator in the UK that offers access to general practitioners and the frontline in the UK and expanding internationally. So it's my pleasure to welcome Omar Daniel, and I'm going to ask Omar to say hello and invite Caelestinus 2026 cohort. Hello, Omar.
Hi everyone, thank you very much for having us today. It's been a real pleasure. We're excited to talk a little bit about the work that we do and the partnership, which is quite different to kind of some of the hospital work. So as you might know, 90% of all healthcare activity is actually happening in the community in primary care, whether this is your family physician, your pharmacy, your dentist, your optometrist. And so what we've done is we've built a program here in the UK, which is funded by the UK government, which brings together innovation and end users and customers in the primary care space. And so we partnered up with some of the 10 of the UK's largest primary care clinics, which cover about 5% of the UK market. And the intention is to go out and find interesting innovation that we can put in, embed, test, validate, collect the data, and then eventually procure to be able to generate direct revenue for these startups, and then scale across the nation, because we've got the phone numbers and the black books of other large groups across the country. This is important because family physicians and primary care is actually all privately owned businesses, something that people overlook. And that means that they can procure 3 to 10 times faster than a hospital can. which is actually really quite significant, particularly for early stage companies. It means that they can move a lot quicker. There's also a real policy shift across all governments across the entire globe, which is how do you take work out of hospitals and move it into the community? And so the timing is now better than ever. And so we're a team of people that either run very large groups, entire cities. We're also a team of people who've built in a space, have been founders, have scaled that. I scaled my previous startup across a quarter of the NHS in about 2 years. And so we've got a lot of the skill sets to be able to help companies really scale. And we think the time is now. Technology's getting pretty phenomenal. But what startups really need is product market fit and fast growth and fast access to revenue. And that's what our program is really here to deliver. And we're very excited to kind of support and kind of play a part both in the primary care space, but also being UK. Hopefully we can bring that perspective of what's happening here in the UK and the NHS into the program.
Thank you, Omar, for your fine words. You certainly gave me the impression of being excited about the 2026 cohort and our cooperation. And I'm sure that those that are watching us today are as excited as we are, because it's first time that you can validate, test, and as you said, find product market fit in that market where most of healthcare happens and will continue to happen at a growing rate in the future. I'm so happy that we have built this partnership, and now let's put it to work. So thanks, Omar. And now I mentioned also the Institute of Clinical and Experimental Medicine, because that's where at a hackathon back in 21 it all started. And I remember Robert, who is here in the audience, our mentor and physician, who is a great supporter of innovation, of hackathons, and has been a mentor in Caelestinus for the past 5 years. So it's my pleasure, Robert, to welcome you again. And perhaps it's time to say why you still enjoy it, why you do it, why it makes sense, and how you can help our new cohort.
Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Thomas for invitation to this session. And I'm Robert Bem. I'm head of outpatient diabetes center in Institute for Clinical and Experimental Medicine in Prague. And our institute is a leading institute for cardiovascular diseases, for diabetes, for telemedicine in the Czech Republic. And what is very interesting in our institute is that we combine science and practical medicine. And we have many patients in our institute. For example, we are the biggest diabetes center in the Czech Republic. We use insulin pump sensors. We have a huge amount of data, but what we also need, we need work with those data, and we need to connect our experience from patients to also other institutes. What I think it is very important, the connection between science and practical medicine. And in our institute, you can see not only patients but also the science. What is difference between hackathon and Caelestinus? I'm runner. I see that one of partner is Barcelona. 1 week ago, I ran marathon in Barcelona, and I would like to show you the difference between the hackathon and Caelestinus Incubator, because if you run sprint 100 meters, it's a hackathon. You have not many time for do work, very good work. But in this incubator, you have time, you have very good partners, InterSystems and other hospitals, and you have time for new ideas, cooperation, and I think it's very good society in this project. Thank you very much for this time for me, and I wish you energy, power, and think that you run marathon, not sprint.
Thank you, Robert. Thanks a lot. So as you have gathered by now, we rely on working with mentors such as Robert and hospitals that will provide you opportunity to pilot your solutions and also help you focus and maybe pivot so that it makes sense, that it fills a particular gap in a global market. So it's hospitals from Czechia, from Spain, from Israel, and we are this year also growing other countries to give you an idea what a global hospital might need so that your ideas are ready for what's to come. Now, the time has come for you, I'm sure, to get to know Caelestinus' team. So you have, it has been mentioned, there are people that are going to help you, spend time with you, that have been working hard to prepare a top-notch incubation program based on the past 4 years where we have learned how to do it good and do it well. But still every year we fine-tune, change things. We really are into feedback from our alumni, and we try to shape the program so that it really is our best effort. And I mean it seriously. We don't do it as a administrative task to do some ticks in a question form, but we are really into after what you want from the program and whether we have delivered, whether we gave you, whether we helped you grow internationally. So to start introduction rounds, and most of the faces will appear online. We are a virtual, 100% virtual program, global program, run out of here, the center of Prague. But you will meet most of the people online, and it's my pleasure to welcome and invite as the first Caelestinus, Irina Baskova, who runs and has run mastermind groups that are one of the highly ranked exercises or events that we organize in Caelestinus. It's sharing knowledge between you, and Irina is the mastermind behind the mastermind group. So Irina, hello.
Hi. So, hi guys. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, we do.
Cool. Okay, so my name is Irina, and what am I doing? I am, let's say, try to help you to build a community. And why do I do that is because I've been a founder, so I've been in your shoes, so I understand all the things that happen. That's why I try to figure out how to help you and try to do like matchmaking. I'm also in a VC. I've been an invest manager, and I'm working with different acceleration programs. And it has B2B global sales background also. So I will try to share all my experience with you. But I'm mostly a navigator within the community. Most of Y Combinator alumni say that 60% of value comes from founder-to-founder connections, and that's why we try to make this also. So what we do, we build partnerships, connections, share experience, and support each other through the whole way. And we talk, we will have like 4 meetings during the program, and we're gonna discuss different topics. It depends on your requests, and they all are related to the business. So prepare to get more contacts and better results. Here are some examples. We try to start as much pilots and bring new clients to each other, and that happens because we help each other. We share connections and bring more opportunities to each other, like on board. Also, we have a special perks for the participants of the mastermind. We're gonna have a couple of awards. I will tell you later. During the meetings, we have special prizes, and when you become visible in the community, that makes sense because it brings you more opportunities like awards, and more people are going to know about you in our network also. So take part, would be great if you come to visit us. So 4 times, 2 hours per meeting, 2 groups, and we're going to mix them. So that's the short thing, my short story. So let's do something cool together. And I have actually checked your onboarding forms, and that's cool. I can say that we have an amazing community with so cool background that I'm sure that this batch is going to be very interesting. See you.
Thank you, Rina, for your invitations to mastermind groups. I really have to stress that these are one of the best ranked components of our incubation program, so don't miss on those. Another phase that you'll see, even though in a pixelated format, but your connection to InterSystems, to everything InterSystems. So if you want to know about the technology you can use, you're trying to find people to help you, you want to help to set up anything, find the right person within a global corporation, then we have Lina Pakulskaya, who is helping in Caelestinus with anything InterSystems. So hello, Lina. We can all see you and hopefully hear you. So it's pleasure to have you with us, and this is your chance to introduce yourself or say whatever you want to the 2026 cohort that are online.
Well, hi everyone. It's lovely to see everyone and to meet everyone. Some of the teams I've already met during the interviews, but it's lovely to see you all again. Thank you so much for the introduction. So, as has been said, my name is Lina, and I'll be supporting all InterSystems related topics throughout this program. My role is to be a resource for you. So whether you have any questions or you need to help understand anything, I'm here to help you. I'm super excited to be a part of this Caelestinus program in 2026, and I'm truly looking forward to working alongside with each and every one of you. I hope this is the beginning of a journey we'll all look back on with a lot of pride. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to Caelestinus.
Thank you, Lina. Lina has been great support also during the interviews. That's been quite a busy task. We had, I don't know how many, over 60 interviews, and I hope you enjoyed even the interviews. We tried to make it as informal as possible, and Lina will be here to support you with anything you might have on InterSystems. And finally, we have Peter. So it's my pleasure to invite Peter, who is here in Prague on site running the Caelestinus program. So Peter, it's now your time to say hello or maybe warn those that have joined Caelestinus that it's not going to be that easy, but I'm sure you have better words to describe what's ahead of our cohort.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Petr Žabka. I'm happy we all gathered here. I will not warn you because I don't think you need it. You are in the health tech business. I think you all already know how difficult that path is for you, but we'll try to make it easier for you. And I will be personally really happy to help you with anything. Previously, you heard a lot of keynotes from experts, from mentors in the incubator. You know, I'm not an expert. I'm the program manager. You probably have met me during the interviews, and I have a similar role in the program itself. So whenever you would need an expert, I'll be happy to try to find that expert for you. And I'm really excited about the whole journey, and I'm really excited to sail the boat with you, even though sometimes I may be a little bit jealous because you're doing these great projects. I don't want to sound that Caelestinus is not interesting, but I'll be really happy and maybe sometimes envious while supporting your amazing projects. So that's from my side. I will be looking forward to working with you for the next 3 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Peter has just dashed off into the room next door where all the technical stuff is being handled, and the cameras and the screens are. So we have, it's a pity you can't see it, but it's a pretty interesting crowded setup here in Prague. Now, before a break, we'll rather soon we'll take a break, but before that I'll give you a quick run through the program itself, what's ahead. So as I told you, there are 26 of you from all around the world, so bravo again. You will need to get familiar with Discord. Discord is our communication platform that we are using for everything. So forget emails, forget phone calls, just use Discord for messaging, for anything. If you are looking for somebody, everybody should be on Discord, and it's easiest for us to manage that communication so that everybody gets where they want to go. So this is now your chance to, if you are not there yet, now please do it. Scan the QR code and register. We'll approve you to be part of this, but really Discord is something, it's essential life skill, and believe me, you will use it elsewhere as well, so take this opportunity to get familiar with it. Now, we have roughly 5 main areas where you recruit from, where we provide expertise, where we can help you as Caelestinus. So first, and I think this is something that defines us and give us an edge over other programs there are, because we'll make whatever you build work anywhere. So Caelestinus is about interoperability, meaning you take your solution and plug it into any hospital around the world. We help you to make this possible, which will make it possible for you to grow much faster, and that's our value promise. If you want to say, this is what we will deliver, will make your product and service interoperable, easily pluggable around the world. What our second feature where we stand out among incubators is that we connect you with hospitals. We, as you have seen and heard, we have clinics and hospitals in Barcelona, in Prague, in Israel, in a number of countries, and the list is growing. So there is not another incubation program that has as many hospitals and will be able to connect you so that you can pilot and fine-tune your solutions in the real thing, in a hospital with people who deal, even with patients sometimes. Number 3, we help you to raise money, close investing rounds, talk to the right funds that specialize in health tech, med tech, in a B2B segment. So we have a curated list of VC funds that are growing, both from Europe, the US, around the world, and we'll help you to get your solution into a successful pitch and investment round. And the last, what they say, last but not least, this is like an overarching principle, is sharing. So we believe that you are not in a competition. You are not like horses on a racetrack. There isn't a winner in our incubation program. The whole cohort are winners, and one of the preconditions is that you help each other. It's why we have this whole St. John of God tradition of helping and sharing and taking care. And we believe this is the only way forward, not just for the incubator, but for humanity. And I will put an end to my big speech about the future of mankind. But you get the point. It's about sharing, masterminds, being able to reach to anyone on an informal basis. So please use your 3-something months to grow your network and make friends. Right. If you want anything else, you have lots of questions, you need some other resources, please use private team channels that we have set up for you on Discord for those discussions, so that then you can invite different mentors and share if you need to involve anyone else. For mentors and partners, again, reach out. It's a two-way thing, so mentors can reach out to you, but mostly we expect activity to originate from you, so you reach out to mentors. And the 3 months that are ahead of you, so use them really to grow your network. Mentors, your cohort, hospitals, and we have a number of Caelestinus events in store. So over the 3 months of incubation periods, you need to watch the calendar. We share events. We have the timeline has been shared. So if you don't have it, if you are not part of a shared calendar, just reach out. We'll help you to do this. And there is also a YouTube playlist with all the workshops, all the lectures that will happen mostly on Zoom. We will record them and publish on a YouTube playlist. Everything will be available and findable on Discord. So we have, usually there will be roughly 2 events weekly, so you can expect 2 times a week. You either need to tune in for a Zoom lecture or workshop, or maybe for a mastermind session. We don't put more than 2 events a week. We know you're busy, time's precious, so we really 4 years of past batches have helped us to really chisel down the most important events. Your next event will be happening tomorrow. Not much time, let's get into it really fast. So tomorrow, which is a Thursday at 2 to 3:30 p.m. Central European Time, or 9 to 10:30 US Eastern Time, is your first orientation workshop. It's really important you tune in, or at least a member of your team tunes in. We'll go through the whole program really fast, and we will explain how InterSystems may support your startup. At the end of the program, which will be on the 30th of June, there'll be a final demo. So that's like the highlight. It's your occasion to rise and shine and present what you have built. It will happen online again from 9 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. US Eastern Time, or 2 to 6:30 Central European Time. So on the 30th of June, make sure you have nothing else in your calendars. It will be a long demo day, the highlight, the pinnacle of incubation. In the meantime, what we offer you is all of you can take part at Ready 2026, which is happening in just a month's time, almost precisely, at National Harbor, Maryland, US. You can join the summit for free. Some of you have already been invited maybe to participate and pitch something, but all of you can come for free. So it's a certainly recommended event. I've been there for the past 5 years. Each year I participated, and I can't highlight how great this event is that will build your own face-to-face intersystems network. You'll meet intersystem clients, lots of physicians, investors. So if you are aiming for US and global market, this is the place to be. We also we'll invite some of you to join us in Las Vegas for health or HIMSS conferences, which are the top global events for digital health. And each year we are inviting Caelestinus to be part of InterSystems stand at those top events. So we would be inviting some of you for the 2027 editions. These are then some pictures from how the Ready Summit looks like. It's like over 1,000 participants globally at a huge resort. There is a great program. This is a picture from that shows some Caelestinus a couple of years back. It's very informal, very friendly. It's your chance to meet those that you will now be meeting online, to meet them in person. So please join us for free. You have your startup entry ticket at Ready, and get ready for invitations to other events depending on how you perform during your incubation program. Now, on a practical note, if you want anything, you are lost, you don't know where to go, you lost access to Discord or whatever, this is the worst thing that can happen. You have no access to Discord. You still can reach out to Peter that spoke here, or Lena. So these two persons are points of contact, so they can help you with anything. So either reach out to Peter or Lena. So this has been a very fast run through what's ahead in the next, how many months is it until the 30th of June? Is it 4 months? It's 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. It's not that bad. Come on, it's just 3 months. You can go through this. But those 3 months are really intense. 2 events per week, and opportunity also to meet in person at those events. So now there'll be a 10 minutes break. You've been a wonderful audience. I have not heard any shouts. I don't hear anyone snoring or whatever, not waving. So it's going amazingly well. Even here in the Prague office, no one fell asleep. So big bravo. It's luxury. No one is watching their phones. Amazing, you know. So now let's take a 10 minutes break, and we'll be back at what's the time? 15:30. Is that okay? Let me see. I need to check the agenda. 15:20. 15:20 is the start of team presentation. So we have 5 minutes. So okay, let's be back at 15:25. 15:25 we'll start with the pitches. Thank you. welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your break. And now it's finally time for you to introduce yourself to the rest of the cohort, as well as us here in Prague. So before we start, all the pitches will go in alphabetical order, and you'll have maximum of 2 minutes to introduce your startup. And I'll then follow up with a question maybe. Leave some space, leave some room in your lungs for the reply. And the first I'm going to invite is Admevio, and we have Andrzej Grobos here in Prague, who'll be the first one to introduce his startup.
So, can you hear me? Yes. All right. So, let me start with a number, $42 billion. That's a lot of money. And that is the amount of money that is lost every single year because of inaccurate drug dosing. The point is, every patient is different. And because of that, every patient requires vastly different amounts of drug during their therapy. And if you underdose a patient, you will prolong the therapy because it's inefficient. On the other hand, if you overdose the patient, you will induce some side effects. And again, you will prolong the therapy on account of the fact that you need to treat those side effects. And that is really hard problem to solve. Nevertheless, we have come up with a solution. We have developed a software that can accurately predict the right doses for the right patients. The idea is that you plug in whatever information you have, starting with easy to obtain information, such as their constitution, their height, weight, and whatever it is. If you have information such as their genetic profile, it's also good. It increases the accuracy. And then you have the accurate prediction. We are currently finishing this technology. We are looking for partners to help us develop that. And we are also currently fundraising for seed money so that we can finish it and we can start the certification process. Thank you.
Well, you can still keep the mic, Andrzej. Thanks for the introduction. So if I understood it correctly, your solution will check me out and see, look, he's like a guy who maybe is muscular or has been drinking too much beer, as we do here in Prague, and then based on that, maybe that look, you can adjust medication.
It is not entirely just based on this technology. The physician has to assess these parameters, for example, via bioimpedance scale, and then you plug all these information, and then you can have the accurate prediction. But yes, sort of like what you said.
Perfect. So it's a move towards like personalized, highly personalized medicine.
Absolutely, as personalized as it gets.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you in Caelestinus. I wish you good luck, and I hope you'll do this good and do it well. The next I'll be inviting online is Aesthesis Medical, and we should have Sotiris Liliopoulos online to give us introduction. Hello.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Sotiris Liliopoulos. I'm one of the co-founders and CTO of Aesthesis Medical, a UK-based medtech company focused on improving early detection of patient deterioration and more specifically sepsis. So sepsis is a massive global problem. It causes around 11 million deaths per year, and this is roughly 20% of all deaths in hospital. So the key here is timing. Every hour of delayed treatment increases mortality by about 80%. Yet sepsis detection still happens too late, mainly because existing tools like NEWS2 are reactive. They only flag deterioration after organ dysfunction has already begun. At the same time, hospitals generate huge amounts of data, over 1,000 data points per patient per day, but less than 1% of that is actually used in real-time clinical decision making. And here is where exactly we come in. We have developed the ViosSync SPI, an AI-powered digital patient wheel platform that continuously analyzes patient data and predicts sepsis up to 48 hours before the first clinical symptoms appear, which is actually about twice as early as current approaches. Our models are trained over 200,000 patient records and are validated on more than 50,000 patients across Europe and the UK, achieving an AUC of 88%. So the system is fully explainable and integrates directly into existing hospital workflows using FHIR and HL7, and this means zero disruption for clinicians. We are currently raising our seed round and advancing towards CE marking by compiling our technical file, while we are working closely with clinical partners to bring the solution into real-world deployment. Thank you very much.
For your great pitch and introduction. So sepsis seems to be something that fascinates you, and maybe you might want to tell me how did you come up with the idea to tackle this this particular problem?
So as I mentioned before, the problem is huge. It causes over 10 million deaths per year in hospital. And this means, of course, patient lives that are lost and huge costs for hospitals. And we need to actually tackle this problem. And current solutions do not perform or do not, let's say, treat the problem at all, because they are, as I mentioned before, reactive. And we want to be proactive, like give the clinicians information to act and prevent this kind of condition.
Was like, how specifically did you find this particular problem? Was it like you walking in a hospital and asking, what's the major cause of death? What existing solutions are there? And then through analytical process, you identified that this gap, or was it by any other method?
It is also this that you mentioned, but also one of our co-founders, actually our CEO, has had an experience with sepsis. Of course, he's okay. He tackled it, but this is the approach that we like, personal, and also like by identifying the problem at the source.
Well, this is quite usual that there is also like a personal connection of one or more of the founders with the issue, and it kind of drives the project forward, because you are dealing with something that you have been through and you experienced yourself, either yourself or in your close neighborhood. So thank you, Sotiris, for the introduction. Welcome to Caelestinus 2026. Next one online, we should have Padma Nipani from Affinity Care. Hello, Padma.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are good to go.
Okay. So I am today I'm going to be presenting a platform, Affinity Care. This is a platform we built for with pharmacists in mind. So more of us, both in the US and across the globe, really are closer to a pharmacy than we are to a hospital or a health clinic. And in the United States, and I'm sure this is also a phenomenon across the world, is pharmacists are increasingly being trusted with more authority to provide additional patient care other than just dispensing medications. But they generally lack the tools to coordinate care and to get reimbursed for their services. They need to also get reimbursed for the valuable services that they're providing. Some of the difficulties with the coordinating care is the fragmentation of data. Patients generally see multiple physicians. Physicians are using different type of EHR products, but the pharmacy is still seen more as a place where medicines are dispensed, so they do not have the data that physicians are using and recording. And to expand the coordination of care to a pharmacy, pharmacists just lack the tools. So that's what we're building, a platform with purpose built for pharmacy workflows. In order for pharmacists to be able to offer proper care, they need an integration with labs so that they can see patient labs, billing, of course, so that they can get reimbursed. In the US, there are a lot of some conditions which need to be reported to public health officials. So that integration to be able to report reportable events to be sent to public health officials is also required thing. And we find that with multiple physicians, multiple products, pharmacy is really a one place that can serve as a good patient healthcare hub. So building a patient portal with the data that a pharmacist has also serves patients very well with a one-stop healthcare hub. So, and we are in a very early stage. We are building the pilot build, MVP build stage right now.
Thank you, Padma, for being part of Caelestinus 2026. It looks that pharmacies, it already been mentioned, the front line is getting more and more important and needs coordination, digitization, including in the healthcare workflows. So it's I think this is a proof that that this is really really happening. Maybe a really quick question: if you can make only one prediction, in 10 years' time in a pharmacy, what can we expect? What kind of treatment that is not there today can we expect to happen in pharmacies? Make only one prediction for the next 10 years.
Maybe healthcare screenings, screenings for clinical trials that seem like would be a place which pharmacists can offer, that they are allowed to, authorize to, but doesn't rarely happen.
I think this would be a good idea if screenings to recruit for healthcare trials could happen on the front line. I think that would make research and development and innovation much faster. So thank you, Padma. Again, welcome to Caelestinus 2026. Next one should be Hugh. Hugh came online to present Blue Savant AI.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Hugh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Hi, my name is Hugh Kam. I'm the co-founder and chief scientist of Blue Savant AI. When my daughter was 2 years old, she was diagnosed with delayed speech development. Luckily for us, through early intervention, that by the time she entered kindergarten, she caught up with her peer. Sadly, this is not the case for millions of kids worldwide at risk for autism. They have to endure long wait lists, requiring lengthy and complex behavioral tests. By the time a diagnosis is made, they have missed the most effective window for early intervention. Our solution is with just a small blood sample. Our AI-enabled genome expression tests can detect most cases. Compared to current tests, our model achieves the highest sensitivity to date, capturing most of the true positive without sacrificing specificity. The market for autism, currently $4 billion in US and $12 billion worldwide, is growing at the annual compound growth rate of 8%. Our beachhead market is parents with autism experience and undiagnosed toddler who are keenly interested in early detection. Our unique selling proposition is that our platform is able to deliver high sensitivity and highly proactive solution to anxious parents. And through our partners, convenient blood sampling at home. We have partnered with autism care centers such as the Louis Center for Autism here in Boston, Citra Medicine Hospital in Doha, Qatar, and the Ability Center in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And with digital health innovators such as Intersystem to deliver our solution anywhere in the United States and around the world. Our team has multi-domain expertise from clinical drug discovery to diagnostic care and neuroscience to machine learning. We are seeking 600,000 of funding, first in capital for preclinical and clinical validation and regulatory approval of our platform as a lab developed test in the US. So please join us and make a difference to the lives of children and family affected by autism. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Hugh. Hugh, you are one of I don't recall, maybe we had in the past autism among our Celestini, but it's first time I hear that a drop of blood, figuratively speaking, can indicate that my child could potentially suffer from it. So if you can answer the following question: do you still think it's better for a parent to know about his or her child autism sooner, or it's better not to know?
Yeah, thank you. So just for clarification, it's not like Theranos with a drop of blood. We need at least about half a mil of blood, so that is quite substantial, more in a drop of blood, but it's a small amount. And definitely the answer is yes. Parents who have kids with autism and that have another expected sibling, they're really anxious to know whether there's an early test for detection, because many studies have shown that if they're can diagnose early, you can enroll the kids in early intervention. That really helps change the outcome, the trajectory, and affect the whole lifetime support for the kids and the family. So yes, so there's a need for that, urgent need for that, and there's a solid case to be made that if there's such a test, a lot of parents would be benefit as well as other kids. So the current bottleneck in the diagnosis.
I am happy we have you in Caelestinus so that we can help parents know sooner, and maybe this could be in the future just another column you can take as a parent on top of a standard like blood test that are taken for various other reasons. So sounds amazing. Welcome to Caelestinus 2026. I hope this is gonna be great 3 months for you. Next one will be Kirill Goncharuk from Czechia. So, hello, Kirill. So, what is Czechia?
Hello. Thank you for having me here, and great to see everybody. So, Czechia, it's an AI-powered solution for the mass screening of chronic disease. Nowadays, our society facing several challenges and aging of population, and at the same time, chronic diseases are getting younger. So, and healthcare in general are overstretched, and we're facing a lack of accessibility. So, due to this, even in developed countries, about half people with diabetes doesn't have access to the timely screening, which is mandatory for them annually. And 2 out of 3 people with hypertension stayed undiagnosed. So Czechia was designed to address these challenges and cover this gap. So we enabling nurses or pharmacists to do quick, non-invasive retina screening to detect changes in the vasculars and detect chronic disease and complications on the early stage. We are now working with diabetes. We have already working product for diabetes and complications, and we plan to release hypertension screening later this year to address 2 most common chronic disease in the world.
It's great to have you on board. My question is, it is said that eyes are windows on the soul. So is there something that cannot be discovered about our health by looking into our eyes? I wonder, is there...
Yeah, it's definitely, we can't do everything. It's not a miracle, and we are not wizards. But everything what is correlated with the changes in the vasculars, like an endocrinologic disease, cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative disease, kidneys disease, and so on, they can be discovered from the eyes, and even 6 or 10, 12 months before people are starting feeling symptoms.
Right, so it's great we can be part of your story and maybe help people discover sooner something just by looking into their eyes. So thank you, Kirill. Good luck in Caelestinus. And next one in line is controlled trial, and we should have Guanan Gong to be online. Hello, Guanan. What is controlled trial? What do you do?
Yes, it's very interesting to hear one of the earlier presenter talking about giving screening for clinical trials. I think it's Padma mentioned that. It's very much related to what we do. Although it's now the current very focus on for control trial, but we definitely have the vision to move in that direction as well. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's an honor to be here. And my name is Guanan. I'm the founder of Control Trial. I'm an InterSystem alum, and I'm also currently at Yale University as a faculty member at the Yale Cancer Center. So for Control Trial, we are an AI-enabled company that are helping, doing the design and patient screening and patient recruitment for clinical trials. So the clinical trials are the cornerstone to develop new treatments. We always need to go through phase 1, 2, 3 clinical trials in order to make sure the drugs and treatments are feasible for the patient population and go down to the market. Still, the clinical trials, 85% are missing the timelines, estimated timelines, not finishing on time, and that delays are costing millions and millions of dollars for the sponsor pharma companies, and as well as the delay will be impact and not beneficial for the patients as well. So what we are seeing here is there are data available around the patient and also the clinical trial inclusion-exclusion criteria that has been used by designing the trials, but those inclusion-exclusion criteria are not always the best, composition and well-designed, and as well as, not maximize using the data from different sources or will be contribute, by now only using the manual screening is actually delay the process a lot. So what we are envisioning is that this AI-powered clinical trial patient matching platform that will be helping the sponsors to better design their trials, selecting the sites to run trials, and also identify those eligible patients using their structured and unstructured EMR data based on their eligibility, and in real time presenting these patients into the clinical workflow so we can define accurate digital phenotyping for those patients and recruit them to the trials and benefits from there. So we have by now implemented in 2 large cancer centers in the United States. Both are NCI designated cancer center, and we have seen a great result by significantly improved enrollment numbers, as well as improvement on the underserved population who normally are not included in trials, and also much faster identifications, short timelines for doing that. So at this time, we are in the early revenue and paid pilot process, and at the stage of pre-seed and seed round. And we are having for the business model, we are charging the pharma and create the service as free for the health providers. Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Guanan. So it looks that even our hospital partners might be your clients, and I'm sure that a situation where I go for a medical checkup, and during the checkup when my blood pressure is taken, suddenly I'll be invited to join a clinical trial, because this will be so real time that it will happen instantly, is something that's gonna make the whole healthcare system more efficient, people getting treatment much sooner. Thank you very much. We need to speed up. Sorry about that, but let's jump on our next Caelestinus, which is Dev Talk, and we should have Ali Shabar online.
Hello everyone, I'm Ali and I am from DevTalk, and DevTalk basically the bridge between doctors and the deaf patients. We aim to bridge the communication gap between the medical staff and the deaf people. Whenever we talk about deaf communities, 466 million across the globe according to WHO, which means after India and China, this is the 3rd largest population which speaks a different language. And in order to translate that, we required sign language interpreters. That's a huge problem. That's why most of the emergency cases or communicating with the doctors for the deaf patients is a huge challenge. So we are bridging that gap by providing digital sign language interpretation services wherever required. We have an AI solution which can be integrated at hospitals, at personal clinics, pharmacies, wherever deaf patients wants to communicate with the medical staff. And that's the major ask from the accelerator for us as well. Like we want to do pilot our AI solution at different hospitals so we can able to generate real-time translation and communication in order to bridge that communication gap. So no deaf people left behind and lives can be saved. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ali. We can also see Vamik next to you. So I have to reveal this. I hope you don't mind that you are a unique set of applicants because one of you is blind and the other one deaf. So you actually know very well the use case and can empathize with future users of your service, and it's just amazing. It's first time that such a particular and exceptional startup founder duo is joining Caelestinus. So we wish you best of luck, and we will be happy to support you in all the ways we can to make your solution work around the globe. So thank you guys. Enjoy Caelestinus. It's a pleasure to have you among the 2026 batch, and we need to move along because time waits for nobody. And next in line is Discharge Bridge, and we should have Michael online. We can see you, Michael, and hopefully also hear you. Yeah, perfect. Everything's fine. Go ahead. Stage is yours.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Michael Porter. I'm the founder and CEO of the Discharge Bridge. Hospitals are losing $3,000 to $8,000 per patient per day due to delayed discharges, not because of clinical readiness, but because placement into skilled nursing facilities is still managed through fragmented manual workflows. So case managers are chasing faxes, calling facilities, reconciling incomplete documentation, and waiting on payer approvals, while beds remain blocked, EDs back up, and care teams burn out. So Discharge Bridge is a Google Cloud native multi-tenant orchestration that automates the entire hospital to SNF transition. We ingest HL7 FHIR data directly from the EMR, normalize it, and run it through a deterministic routing engine that matches patients to facilities based on clinical needs, payer compatibility, and real-time bed availability. AI is strictly in an advisory capacity for some summarization and signal extraction, but all placement decisions remain deterministic and auditable and compliant. So the result is a single shared system with hospital and SNFs operate in a real time instead of through phone and fax. We reduce discharge cycle times by 40 to 45% and cut access beds nearly in half, and accelerate the SNF acceptance times by 70% in early deployments. That translates into millions in recovered capacity per hospital annually without adding staff. So existing solutions are fragmented. They handle referrals, but not the full workflow. And Discharge Bridge is different. End-to-end orchestration layer, no point solution, deterministic first architecture, aligned with regulatory expectations, interoperable across SNF networks, and not locked into one ecosystem. And we're built on HIPAA-aligned SOC 2 ready infrastructure with full auditability. We're executing a Michigan first strategy and targeting health systems like Bronson, Corwell, and Henry Ford with 30 to 50K pilot programs converted into enterprise contracts. And we're also aligned with InterSystems for integration and scaling. Discharge Bridge is not improving discharge workflows, is becoming the operating system for healthcare logistics. And we're currently raising $1 to $2 million to complete enterprise validation, scale pilots, and expand statewide. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Michael, for introducing Discharge Bridge. You said it's Michigan first. Maybe it might be Prague second. And that's what Caelestinus can do for you. You know, just you can expand your thinking instantaneously to cover the rest of the world. It's a pleasure to have you here. Good luck in Caelestinus, and hopefully I'll meet you at Ready or elsewhere in person as well. Awesome. So we now jump to a different kind of pool of digital medicine, as we should have Natalia Cano online, who will be introducing, hopefully, Doco Kids.
Hi,
Doco
everybody.
Kids. Hello.
Hi, everybody. My name is Natalia. I'm actually a physician, so I did med school in Colombia and my residency in the US. And as a physician, I noticed a problem. Many of you probably on the call are parents, and you have thousands of questions, and then you end up sending a message to the friend of a friend, or trying to see who can answer, or even asking AI or Google for information. So what we do is we answer those pediatric questions 24/7 through WhatsApp, and pediatricians spend so the solution helps the pediatricians that spend a lot of time with this problem. The idea is to expand to other specialties, but we started with pediatrics. That creates a lot of questions day to day. And we are also now doing post-op follow-up care of pediatrics. So similar to previous discharge, when they go home, what do they do or how do they do? And so we also bridge that care, and would love to talk to you as well. So that's a little bit about us. I'm happy to talk to more to everybody about Doco Kids. We are answering around 10,000 to 12,000 conversations a month, and we have a B2B area where we sell this as benefit for companies to schools that we support with healthcare information, and to healthcare institutions that, as I mentioned, do follow-up care or need this service as well. I'm very excited to be here, and I hope I can meet everybody along the way. And if you need anything, I think there are a lot of connections. I texted Hugh that I worked in the Lurie Center in 2013. So thank you for this opportunity, and I'll keep it short since we're running late.
Thank you, Natalia. Congratulations to making it to Caelestinus 2026 cohort. It's especially delightful to have a team from South America, from Colombia, and I hope also you can bring the South American market closer to other startups that are in the same cohort and might want to expand their thinking activities to cover that market, and vice versa. I'm sure they will help you discover other parts of the world. And as a parent, I have a personal understanding of the urgency and of the use of the communication medium that needs to be highly convenient, so that parents can discuss and chat with pediatricians whatever is going on with their dearest one. So thank you again for that project. We hope we'll help it grow, and good luck in Caelestinus. Next one online should be Borna Dorudi from Empalo.
Yes, hi. Thank you so much for having us here. My name is Borna. I'm the technical product manager at Empalo. We are trying to solve the cardiovascular disease, which is a global problem. It's the leading cause of death worldwide. In the US alone, over 120 million adults live with cardiovascular disease, and that's in 1 in 3 people. And the US healthcare is spending $300 billion annually on treatment. And the reason behind this spending is not necessarily lack of resources, but how we are using them, because about half of these cardiac-related ER visits, hospitalizations, and procedures are preventable with timely care. However, patients are usually faced with 1 month wait time to see a cardiologist. And in our experience, that's actually longer depending on the patient's locations, up to 2, 3, 4, or even 5 months. And our solution is at Impalo, we have developed a virtual heart clinic where patients can get seen by specialists in days instead of months. And we have built this platform as a FHIR native platform, and it's built upon open source infrastructure. This allows us to be nimble, scrappy, develop rapidly, and develop tools or adopt third-party solutions as needed. And this helps us to automate administrative tasks, detect clinical risk, and prompt providers and help them at the point of care to follow clinical best practices to lower the burden of care on everyone. Thank you for having us here, and I'm very excited to be part of this cohort.
Thank you, Borna, for your introduction of Impalo. I'm sure our hearts will now feel much better knowing that there is a virtual clinic where I can get a life-saving treatment in a few instants. So I think this will be a highly desired product around the world, and we are here to help you grow it and expand it and reach all the countries around the world. So thank you again. Good luck in Caelestinus. Next one is genomic intelligence, and we should have Yulia Kiseleva online to present genomic intelligence. Hello, Yulia.
Hi.
So the stage is yours.
Thank you. I'm Julia, co-founder and CEO of Genomic Intelligence. In genomic intelligence, we believe that genome is a code of life, and we are on a mission to decode it. So similar to how software defines how the computer behaves, the genome defines how our body behaves. So, and is like, why is it possible now? Did you know that the cost of sequencing the genome has dropped down dramatically within the last 25 years? And now you can sequence your genome for only $80. It led us to massive amount of data available in the public domain. So, and we know from the success of large language models, what drives the success there is more data, better model, and deeper understanding. And despite us having such a great amount of data, we still have a problem. And problem is that we still don't have a good tools to interpret the genome, and more importantly, we lack of tools to design the intervention. So that's kind of what's prevent us from making the medicine reactive. And here in Genomic Intelligence, we already published an open source genome model. It's one of the best performing model on the market. So it's actually top on average best. So that means that's something across many benchmarks that tell us like we actually learning the biological representation rather than solving one task. And that gives me flashback when I have first time see the performance of GPT-3 across different neutral language tasks. And so what takes us from GPT-3 to GPT-5. So, and we're making a big bet on making this model adding a long context. So, and help us to improve the quality of the models. So here at Genomic Intelligence, we are on a mission to design the AI layer, which will enable the predictions based on a genome at the genome scale. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Julia. That sounds fascinating. I remember those times where even genome could not be read, and then in a matter of few years, the cost of reading it drops down to pocket money for my daughters. So, and building a layer on top of it to interpret it and make predictions is fascinating. So I think we are also proud to be part of maybe making history because what lies ahead once we can understand the code of our lives much
Yeah.
better is amazing. So I'm happy to have such a unique startup. We have never had in the history a project with that ambition on board to have you as a part of 2026 cohort. Good luck.
Thank you. Let's make a history together.
Next one is GoMed, and we should have Levs here in Prague, in Seletna. So it's my hello, Levs.
Hi again.
It's my pleasure to welcome you here, and let's hope, it should be working. It's on, and perfect. It's now your time to present GoMed.
Sure, thanks. Hi, so currently across Europe and Czech Republic as well, the problem when you go to the doctor, they just hand you a written note, this is a referral, right? So now go and find a doctor on your own. How do you do it? Checking the Facebook groups or just cold calling 10, 20 clinics. Finally, you just don't reach anyone. You stress, you skip your care. We don't like that. That's a perfect task for AI-powered assistant we've built here that utilizes AI, like I said, to synthesize the text for the call, create multiple parallel calls, reach doctors in minutes, get the appointment times, or get the rejection. Sometimes happens. That way, we ensure that customers don't stop doing that. They receive care they need. The problem with our competitors, the systems that are already there, they ask the doctors to put the calendars online. Doctors don't like that. They want to protect their time. They want that patient will call the nurse office, which is a tedious task. So we reach more clients with that way. We reach more doctors with that way. I'm sorry. And finally, that's not only use case of active patients seeking care, that's also for reaching passive patients to remind them about their health checkups. That way we can ensure the coverage is there and they receive information on necessary checkups, what they need to do. So there are multiple aspects and also possibility to integrate our system also in clinics, or that they can sell it as a premium perk for their clients, and as well for the insurers. For example, they can be sure that everybody will reach the care, the insurer holders as well already. So yeah, please help us to build the world without doctor's notes on paper.
Well, that sounds amazing. Maybe one question from my side. So if tomorrow I gave you the opportunity to scale your service around the world, yep, in the Americas, Asia, could you do that, or what would be the main challenge?
We could do that. It's scalable because it's just natural voice processing. However, our plans are more now that are closer to the local market. We want to do Slovakia because it's similar, because language robot is trained on the Czech language, which was actually a challenge. Expanding in English-speaking markets would be easier task for sure. For anything else, don't have the data, but we already know the challenges throughout the calling and interpreting the texts later on. Yeah, that answers your?
Yes. So good luck to GoMed.
Thank you.
I mean, a stronger appeal for me is go medless, but I expect your main clients will be physicians who should be wanting this because it makes their life easier. They don't need to publish their calendars online, so this is a hassle-free
and the clients
solution.
And the clients who can just should not do any cold calling anymore as well. Like that's, if you try to find some specific doctor, the challenge in busy Prague. Okay, that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck in Caelestinus. Thanks for also making it to here, to our office here in the center of Prague. Next, we have Hatapi, and we have Martin Kolařík, who's going to explain what Hatapi is, does, hopes for.
Thank you. So hello everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here among so many inspiring startups. My name is Martin Kolarik. I'm the founder and CEO of Harpy. We're an Oxford, UK-based company. I'm originally from Czechia, so it was really good to come here in person today. We are, with Harpy, building a digital multimodal eczema platform for management of the condition that's based on our proprietary hardware with AI and digital biomarkers and cognitive behavioral therapy interventions. Well, it's a lot of scientific talk. So if you can imagine a future where if you have a chronic condition, you will get your own tool that can get disease-specific data that is actually meaningful to your condition, an AI assistant that can talk with you 24/7 about the data and can help you find out your personalized just-in-time interventions that will be specific to you as a patient. That is a future that we want to build with Harpy. And we're starting with eczema as an example disease. So we're currently getting our prototype to pilot stage, and our goal with the Caelestinus program is to do a pilot with lower tens of patients to test our technology and validate this whole Harpy program. So it's great to be here, and we are happy to work with Caelestinus.
Well, thank you, Martin. Maybe with what we liked, I remember you from the interviews also, and when we discussed, we said it's first time that someone brought up and is trying to tackle such a issue like eczema, which is really widespread. Lots of people having issues that it can't be solved easily. It's a vexing long-term condition, and we like to approach with building sensors, if I remember, that listen during the night, how you scratch yourself, and somehow then translate those data into something actionable. So what's it like to build a sensor during the night? Have you tried it yourself?
I have to say this is a very selfish project in a way, because I'm a data scientist who lives with eczema, and I don't have the data for my condition, so it annoys me a lot. That's why I'm building it, and I do believe that it can help a lot of people as well. And yeah, we make different sensors that you can wear during the day or that you have next to your bed. And by gathering this data and processing it, the goal is to bring everybody their specific intervention using cognitive behavioral approaches. And we know that it worked previously when it was not when it was not delivered as a digital solution, and we're making it scalable and available to everybody, ideally.
Okay, so I'm wishing you best of luck. I hope you enjoy your time in Caelestinus, and it actually helps you to build a global product that will make lives more bearable or even enjoyable. Let's face it.
That's better.
Thank you. So again, congratulations on being part of Caelestinus, and thanks for making it here to Celetna. Right, the next in line of presenters should be MedInject, and whom have we got online?
This is Andrew Ondrej Hlavac. This is a big screen, I can see. Nice to meet you all, and happy afternoon from Prague.
Hello, yeah, it's now your 2 minutes, so pitch MedInject. What is it? What does it do?
Well, thank you. First of all, let me start by saying that I'm very delighted to be part of Caelestinus. Hope I've pronounced it correctly. And now jumping onto the problem that we've decided to solve is essentially the way of hospitals making money, which is the DRG department, the diagnostic related group. Nowadays, the coding departments, they are too manual, too slow, and sometimes, or should I say often, they can be ineffective or inaccurate, resulting in undercoding or overcoding, which in the first case, the undercoding results in the hospital having much less money, and in overcoding, it creates disputes with the insurance companies. There's also the second part of the problem, which is kind of one of the ideas behind the diagnostic related groups of the creation itself, which is to evaluate, to serve as an evaluation metric between the hospitals to see patients' long-term trends. And we've created or are creating the end-to-end platform which solves this. We are building our custom connector to connect to any EHR, agentic retrieval, to get the patient's data, patient cases, operation protocol, process them inside our MedInject software, also utilizing the group logic, and basically getting the most optimized result on the DRG codes themselves, but not forgetting the second part of the problem. We're also tracking the long-term trends, trying to predict of what the patient is going to do, trying to provide the best possible intel or information for the hospital management to make decisions on their department's productivity. Also, we know the hospital staff don't like to go to another dashboard, so that's why we're creating this end-to-end, basically standalone application that is auditable, is trackable, and if needed, editable. The results are editable as well. So that's MedInject, and our main goal, like the greatest vision, is to eliminate the digital administrative routine in healthcare. So thank you for the attention.
So thank you, Andrew. That's quite a task, but I'm so glad that I think this idea or project or startup started at one of our hackathons, and now
That's
here
correct.
you are, a member of 2026 Caelestinus batch. So that's amazing, the kind of journey that you've traveled. And I hope it continues, it goes on, and I can't wait for a demo day on 30th of June. So good luck in Caelestinus. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Next one is also somebody that is present here in Prague, and it's none other than Daniel. So Daniel, hello. Let me welcome you again, and you can explain what it means again here in Prague, and you are here to present the MindWell startup.
Exactly. Thank you, Tomáš, for the introduction. So, as Tomáš already mentioned, and some of you might know, I was at this very exact spot 1 year ago, and I'm so happy to be here again. We are entering a mental health crisis, and even though the supply of high-quality medicinal therapy and psychotherapy is increasing, the ever-increasing demand for high-quality and affordable therapy is much higher, and the discrepancy between these two is still growing. So, as you can see, almost 20% of healthy adults are struggling with some mental health problems. Face-to-face therapy typically takes about 1 hour of therapist time for the face-to-face session and interaction. We have been able to cut down the time using internet-based cognitive behavioral therapy. So we essentially cut the time by half, allowing us to serve more patients throughout the Czech Republic and even beyond. However, we are still hitting a hard cap at about 10,000 clients per year because the availability of certified therapists in the Czech Republic is still limited. So scaling essentially needs some form of optimization, and that's where AI comes in play. Our solution is the ICBT platform, which is MindWell itself. We have been able to create systemic platform that transfers some of the learning phases from the face-to-face therapy and offload it to the online platform, which allows us to be more efficient with the therapist's time. We have also been able to prove that it's clinically efficient on par with face-to-face therapy. However, to scale even beyond, we have to employ some AI methods. So that's our endeavor, to develop an AI therapeutic assistant, which would cut down the time even more, allowing us to serve as many as 6 times more patients than we currently are able to do so within the same team capacity. So this also would allow us to serve even larger markets, potentially helping Ukraine or Middle East, which are super relevant in these times. And I would like to also let David have a few words about the introduction of MindWell and how it came into life, actually.
We're already spending some time, so I'll just quickly go to the point because Daniel nicely pitched the technical situation we're building our foundation growth right now. But Mindwell also has spent 4 years now basically building and piloting our product, and we have achieved arrived at the stage where we have a clinically viable product. We're part of the public healthcare system in Czech Republic. But as many of you know, scaling a health tech project isn't just about increasing all the drivers and turning the volume knob, right? To go abroad, to expand, the requirements are much bigger in terms of legislative and regulatory and local healthcare institutional support. So this is a stage we're in right now as a project, and one of the problem areas we would love to tackle in the Caelestinus incubation period.
Okay, so thank you guys. It's really a pleasure to have you here. To have you here again. So good luck, and I hope that as we say, do good and do it well. Then mind well, do well. You know,
Hopefully.
there is something.
Yes.
There must be something.
Exactly.
So guys, thank you. Right, we still have 10 to go. So you know, it's not easy even for me to last, but I have my hacks, and one of them is keeping hydrated, you know, and doing it well. I hope you do the same when you are watching our great broadcast, because I'm sure you can have fun outside, but it's still better to watch the introductions, the presentations. All the startups are fresh, excited, and I then make a comparison when there is a demo and whether you show the same excitement at the demo. Usually it's at least twice as exciting and powerful at the demo, because we also help you present in a really forceful way. So guys, next to go is Nexagen, and we should have Brian or Kathleen. I'm not sure. We have both of you guys. Excellent. So Nexagen, what is it? Why should we care? Why is it going to change the future?
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Brian Martin, founder and CEO of Nexagen. This is a personal journey for me. Nexagen began with my own Parkinson's diagnosis. What I discovered was that the challenge is not only the disease, but what happens after diagnosis. We are left to navigate the fragmented system alone: healthcare, charity support, community support, overwhelming information, and digital tools that rarely connect. We may only see a specialist once or twice a year, but in between appointments, we're left to work it out for ourselves. The burden of joining it up falls on the individual and our families exactly when we're least able to do it. This is the problem we're solving: interoperability. Nexagen is building a personalized support system and connected neighborhood of care and support around the individual and their family from diagnosis onwards, bringing everything together in one place so both us and our loved ones can take a more informed control of our journey. A user advisory group is at its core, keeps what we build grounded in lived experience and real world need. Our aim is to help people live as well as they can for as long as they can. We're launching in the UK across long-term conditions, starting with neurological conditions and piloting in Parkinson's. Thank you. And now hand over to Kathleen Alley, who will explain how it works in practice.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Aller, and I am the informatics advisor to Nexagen. I also live with Parkinson's, so this is personal to both of us. The disconnect that Brian talked about is widely recognized. The NHS in England has built a program called Diagnosis Connect that's supposed to join up patients and the relevant charities right after diagnosis. The problem is there's no infrastructure to make it real. So what Nexagen is doing is leveraging data from EHRs and shared care records to automatically identify those with Parkinson's, to send them an invitation to participate, and then to link them to the Nexagen platform to connect them with a community of lived experience and of curated content that's being developed in conjunction with Parkinson's UK. Over time, we will expand to other services and to other conditions across the UK. So what we're building is essentially a coordination and orchestration model that links healthcare data and services, condition-specific charities, communities and local support, trusted digital tools, and practical self-management resources. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen and Brian, for being part of Caelestinus 2026. And we will do whatever we can, what is in our powers, to make that platform you are building as seamless, as omnipotent, and as useful and inclusive as possible. We also will help you to expand it to other markets and countries and communities. And it's great that you are dedicating your time to helping others in similar conditions. So thank you. It's a pleasure to have you as part of Caelestinus 2026. Next in line is OncoSync. OncoSync, and I'm not sure who will be joining. Is it going to be Peter or be a surprise?
It's me, Martin.
Hello, Martin.
If you can hear me, yes.
We can hear you, see you, looking good. So what is OncoSync? Why should we care? How is it going to change the future?
Okay. So hi, everyone. I'm Martin. I'm one of the co-founders of OncoSync. And so let me shortly explain to you what it really is. So as some of you may know, cancer is the second leading cause of death worldwide. And clinical trials bring innovative therapies to patients, but the majority of cancer patients never access them. And it's not because they refuse to do it. Usually when offered a clinical trial, more than half of patients accept. So the problem is that they are never matched. And right now, doctors have no effective way to evaluate which trial is best suited to each patient. And the process is entirely manual and slow. And a single eligibility check can take hours. And that's why we are building OncoSync, an AI platform that works in two ways. So first, it reads clinical trial protocols and automatically matches them against patient data, identifying eligible patients in minutes instead of weeks. This gives oncologists a clear, actionable list of trials their patients qualify for and guides them through the enrollment process, step by step. And second, we provide a real-time dashboard showing patient populations across hospital sites. This allows CROs and pharma sponsors to make smarter decisions about where to run their trials before enrollment problems happen and not after. We also standardize the fragmented hospital data into clean, research-ready datasets that research organizations can use immediately. We are currently in a stage where we are working on our MVP, and we believe that faster and smarter access to clinical data directly translates into better outcomes for patients. So that is OncoSync. We are all really happy to be part of Caelestinus, and we are looking forward to the journey.
Well, thank you, Martin, for your introduction. Again, it's the topic of clinical trials, and they really matter. And it's a question of speeding up qualification and time to trial. And I'm happy that you are covering oncology. It's unfortunately one of the growing areas, and it will continue to grow for some time. So it's a pleasure to have you, and best of luck in Caelestinus. Next one, Onward Health Research. We should have Martin. Hello, Martin.
Hi, Thomas.
So it's Onward Health Research, so let's take it onward.
Great, thank you. And it's a pleasure for me to be here. So I'm Martin Lim. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Onward Health Research. We're based in Singapore, and the problem that we're tackling is also in clinical trials. I would
I was hoping I would be known as the Martin in clinical trials, but it sounds like there's more than one of us already there. So it's great to see that this issue of increasing access to clinical research is being tackled in this cohort. And I'm looking forward to meeting the rest of you working on this problem. For us, we are specifically interested in unlocking clinical trials in Southeast Asia. Currently, about 8% of the population of the world is in Southeast Asia, but it receives less than 3% of the clinical trials globally. And this ends up leading to drugs that are less safe and effective for those in this part of the world. And the way we unlock clinical trials is through our technology platform. It has 3 components to it. The first one, which is launching in April, is for site feasibility. And that's where pharma companies aim to look for the right hospitals and doctors to work with in bringing their clinical trials into a country. And the process for it currently in this part of the world and globally is very fragmented. It's through questionnaires, it's through emails, text messages. And so what we aim to do through our site feasibility platform is integrated into a single solution. So the entire process happens in one place. The second is what we call e-source or electronic source documents. Particularly in this part of the world, when clinical trials are done, largely they're collected on paper. And so we've built a solution that digitalizes the process and is able to customize electronic source and specifically be configured to each type of clinical trial protocol. And particularly for this program, we're very interested in integrating interoperability with the InterSystems TrackCare platform to solve a problem which in many sites, what happens is the doctor or the research coordinator conducting a clinical trial will enter data in an EMR, may enter data in paper, and then enter it again in a pharmaceutical database. And so we want to make that process more seamless by connecting the EMR platform into our eSource system. And so, yeah, that's us in a nutshell. Looking forward to being part of the program.
Thank you, Martin, for explaining what Onward Health Research does and how it's going to improve clinical trials. As you know, there are a number of pharma companies among our partners, and I'm sure they will also help you increase the number of trials that are going on in Southeast Asia. And we are so happy to have you among 2026 Caelestinii. So good luck. We'll move on to our next startup, at least in alphabetical order, which is Organobit Biointelligence. And we should have Dominicus Brian on the line. We can see you and hear you. So the stage is yours.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Domi, the founder and CEO of Organobit. I'm a full stack chemist by training. So I started with experimental, then moved to theoretical, and then computational chemistry. Before then, translate into applied AI research in the past 5 years. So the problem we are tackling here, a couple of the others have mentioned, the way we do drug discovery and clinical trials are a bit weird. It's not the modern way of doing things. For instance, in the preclinical stage where we're trying to find, the kind of drugs and everything, we test it on animal and then trying to do the clinical trial stage 1 on human. And, there is a gap of success there, which is causing a lot of problem. And then the clinical trial, recruitment most of the time works in the sponsor or the, hospital, but not for the patients. So sometimes the patients might be an ideal candidate, but you don't know whether the drug will be effective. And there is a new technologies that can help us, in vitro kind of technology called organoids. You can develop mini organs to solve that. And a lot of regulatory body like FDA and the other are pushing this to move away from animal and move toward organoid and other, new approach methodologies. And what we do here in Organobit is trying to be the interoperability and, the AI native intersystems for organoid data, and to help people get access to the latest kind of protocols for organoid, and then also how to grow them and make them for the patients.
Thank you, Dominicus. I can't lie, it's quite fascinating to work with organoids, which are almost like the organs, but not quite. Recently, I've spoken to a startup founder of mini brains, human brains, and I asked her whether the mini brain knows anything or it can sense anything. So, what led you to organoids? If you can give us, was it your childhood dream? Were you building little organs as a kid, or what was your journey? Why helping organoids?
Yes, thanks for the question. So it's very interesting journey. It's a bit organic in the way that I started from chemistry and then worked toward proteins, and then after leaving academia and working in industry, I work with molecules for renewable energy. But then as a startup founder with the previous company, I start to work with the scientists doing biology. And during then I realized the whole clinical trial, drug discovery, and all this are pretty primitive compared to what the new technology we have, like stem cells and all this stuff. And then from there on, I actually started, with the compute problem and get into, can we solve compute with something else rather than, silicons? And I get into organoid from there. So trying to get more compute for proteins and molecules, I get into organoid, but I realized the immediate application is for, clinical trial in a dish, patient-derived organoids to cure cancer and, test drugs before to patients and all this stuff. And the FDA and the others are just pushing this in 2025. That's why I decided, let's go into 100% organoid and build this company.
The journey from chemistry to organoids, now you're in Caelestinus, so now we are talking business and growing your startup to a global scale. So good luck in Caelestinus 2026. We are now moving to overlay, and if I'm not mistaken, this is Chris online.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris.
Hi, Thomas. Hi, so my name is Chris, and I'm the founder and CEO of Overlay. So recently, most of you have heard about GLP-1 drugs for obesity and diabetes because of their efficiency. But well, what we did not usually hear is that up to half of all patients on GLP-1 quit treatment within first year, when actually the treatment benefits come from the long-term use. This is a simple problem, but major consequences. We expect around 100 million patients on these therapies globally by 2030. The issue is there is no continuous visibility into patient experience between doctors' appointments, and no early warning before patients stop treatment. So Overlay platform fixes this by turning fragmented therapy data into a continuous signal. We integrate program data, clinical sources, and most important, we integrate consumer wearables such as your personal smartwatch health data. This is the core value of Overlay, giving full picture over time. We use AI to detect small pattern changes into the patient trajectory. For example, when patient activity falls or engagement declines, our AI flags patients showing risk to stop treatment, so that healthcare teams can immediately take action. With Overlay, they know who to call, when to act, and how to intervene before it's too late. And at scale, this will generate something pharma also particularly needs. This is real-world longitudinal evidence on how patients actually respond to therapies in real life, not just in clinical trials. So we are building the therapy signal layer for chronic disease programs, starting with obesity and diabetes. Currently working on prototype and looking for hospital and pharma partners for pilots. So the need is urgent, the market is massive, and the impact on patient could be life-changing. We are ready to do good and do it well. Thank you.
So I'm really excited and glad to hear that. Chris, we had Robert who spoke here earlier, and he's the head of diabetic outpatient clinic at ICAM. So I'm sure you'll find a number of partners to talk to and pilot your solutions. So good luck in Caelestinus 2026. Pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you. Thank you, Tomasz.
Thanks. We have to move along, and the next one is partners to parenthood, and it should be Etche Kaner. I'm not sure if I pronounce it right. So Etche, why partners to parenthood? Who are partners, and what do they want to do? How do they want to change the world?
Partners. We're the partners. Trying to have a child today can feel like managing multiple fertility clinics, 3 insurers, a bunch of spreadsheets with your own health data, going through multiple blood tests, IVFs, IUIs, surgeries over several years. And that was me, in 8 individuals who face infertility globally, according to WHO. Patients bounce between clinics, labs, insurers, and specialists, repeating tests, retelling story, and making expensive decisions without ever seeing the full picture. At the same time, clinicians are doing invisible work, coordinating care, chasing information, and filling gaps, none of which is reimbursed, and all of which slows everything down, that patients lose the time that they do not have. So what we did, a GPS for becoming a parent for one of life's hardest journeys. Instead of asking patients to figure it out alone, we bring everything into one place. Also, Padma said fragmented. So instead of data being in silos, health history, structured, unstructured data, patient goals, options, documentation from doctors, labs, and we turn them into a clear, personalized map. That is the GPS for becoming a parent. The result, patients don't feel lost anymore. Clinicians don't feel overwhelmed. Care becomes coordinated instead of chaotic. And the shift, we're moving from episodic treatment to longitudinal care. So the disintegrated system becomes one system that works for the patient. Because building a family shouldn't require a project manager, a medical degree, and a second mortgage. Thank you.
Thank you, Etche. It's very true, and I'm happy that we have such a team on board in Caelestinus that help parenthood to get back on its feet, because it seems, at least in our part of the world here, a bit passé and outdated, but at the same time there are lots of people who struggle, and it's great to know that they now have a partner to parenthood in you, or as a GPS to parenthood, as you say. So good luck. I'm happy to have you among Celestini, and I'm hoping you'll help to make lots of happy new parents.
Thank you.
Good. We still have 5 to go, so we'll do this really quickly. It's been an amazing audience. I know it's been a long time, but we are approaching then. The next to speak will be RNA analytics or RNA analytics. I don't know. How do you pronounce this in a cool way?
We usually call it RNA analytics.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Our analytics, and we have Victoria and... Okay, so the stage is yours. So what is it, RNA analytics? It sounds as some sort of tool, but I'm sure you can pitch it much better. You have 2 minutes.
Absolutely. We have all witnessed what RNA-based drugs can do during the pandemic, but there's a much bigger potential to think of hereditary diseases, personalized medicine. And to safely deliver these drugs, you need to pack it in nanoparticles. And the problem that we currently see is that the analytics that you have to run before you can dose a patient for the first time are really fragmented. You have a variety of different instruments which produce different data, which are all processed with different software. And then at some point, a person comes in who has to stitch that all together and then generate a report that they send to the authorities to ask for approval of the clinical trial. And this is exactly what we're fixing. So we have developed a solution that comes as two different pillars. So the one pillar of our solution is standardized analytics toolkits, which means reagents, pre-developed methods that people can run on their existing instruments. And the second pillar is what we are currently developing. It's our software platform that centralizes the data processing from different instruments. They're all associated to a certain batch that has been produced, and ultimately it will allow a one-click submission to the relevant authorities, so you can get started with your clinical trial much faster, and you don't lose so much money in the drug development process. The analytical toolkit, they are ready to ship. The software platform has its core modules, and it will be ready to sell a little bit later in this year. And what we're doing in the next few months is to further develop our software platform so it has different modules also for different workflows. And therefore, we consider ourselves a late pre-seed, early seed stage. We're raising €1 million right now, and we have our first big pilots.
Thank you, Victoria. It's great to have a project such as yours so that we are expanding. It's not just physicians, our clients, but it's also labs and laboratories. And what I like about you is combining something physical with data service, data layer. So this is a great combination we like, something tangible as well as intangible. So it's first time we have had an Austrian team, so I hope you're enjoying the company of the 25 startups that span the whole world, and I wish you best of luck, and I can't wait for the demo. Right, we have 4 more to go. Next one to present will be 7.1, and we should have even Lee online. Hello, we can see you and hopefully hear you.
Hi.
Yes. All fine, all good. It's a go for you.
Great. Yeah, so what we do is dementia screening, and I'll be quick. So what we know is that there are about 91% of mild cognitive impairment people whose preclinical stage of dementia are hidden. And that's actually the optimal time where there should be some interventions. However, they're hidden, so they're not. They're losing the golden time to get any kind of treatments. And so we are trying to solve the issue. We are trying to solve it using a 1-minute assessment using voice-based tests. And we have done 7 clinical trials to prove its efficacy. We are now being integrated into the clinical workflows in the US, Korea, and Japan. And we're trying to scale from that. And we are one of the topics has been integration into EHR systems like Epic these days, and the Caelestinus accelerator came at a great time. So that we hope to learn a lot from the incubator system. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan. I really like this speech-based diagnosis tool. It's not invasive at all. It could be even a great chat. So I hope we can help you design it in an entertaining way, so people will actually line up to have a session with your dementia analyzer, because it will be better than talking to a stand-up comedian.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wishing you good luck. And so we are moving along. We have last three startups that will be presenting. The first one is Sharpec. So Sharpec, it's Tom, I believe, that will reveal what Sharpec stands for. Hello, Tom.
Happy to. Yeah, wonderful to be part of the accelerator and honored to be part of such an incredible group of healthcare innovators. Sharpec a little bit different than some of the other participants. We're focused on the pharma market, and so over 50% of patients are not yet diagnosed with the condition that the pharma companies care about. But they're on their way and they're exhibiting a lot of the signs that will eventually lead them to be diagnosed. And the way that pharma evaluates and allocates sales, marketing, market access, reimbursement models today is based on data that's 9 or 12 months old in the US through open and closed claims data. But also internationally, the insurance market is a lagging indicator of where these patients are. And so Sharpec has deployed and built a predictive engine based on a health data graph that allows us to model that clinical data and develop predictive algorithms for each of the disease types that our clients care about using EHR and claims data both, which is why we're excited to be part of the InterSystems program. And then based on that analysis, there are 1% of pharma revenue for any one of these diseases is tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of new revenue opportunity for those pharma companies. And so we're have a number of implementations currently in health systems as a data source for us in Europe. And then we've launched multiple pilot programs in the US. We are raising effectively a bridge round or a seed round to get to full commercialization on a licensed model for each of our prediction models. But thrilled to be part of the program.
Thank you, Tom. It's great to have you on board. As I mentioned previously, we have pharma companies as partners, so I'm sure we'll be able to connect you to talk to them, to try out your platform, and it's a pleasure to have you as a part of the 2026 cohort. Thank you, Tom. Last two startups from Finland. We have Sonai Health, and I think it's Jiri, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, online to tell us something about this great device that is to revolutionize the way we listen to our hearts, if I remember correctly.
Very well remembered. So I'm Yuri, co-founder and CEO of Sonai. So our mission is to speed up the cardiac diagnostics, the processes. And I think it's an important mission because we are dealing with the number one killer in the world, and it's fair to say that the current diagnostic process is quite inefficient. It has multiple phases, starting normally with the stethoscope, which is highly inaccurate and subjective tools, creating a lot of wrong or positives and negatives. So we are sending constantly a lot of people with no need to further analysis, and at the same time missing a lot of patients with real needs. So the way we are changing this is that we have combined the current separate diagnostic tools into one easy-to-use device, which combines things like ultrasound, ECG, stethoscope, in a way that it's easy to operate, so it can be operated by a nurse or a medical technician. And I was also happy to hear when Omar was talking about the primary care accelerator, because the primary care is our key target where we are heading with our product. So happy to connect with Omar as well. We are currently in a phase where we have finalized our first clinical trial. We are just writing the application for the second trial for the ethical committee. We are very close on closing our seed round on the funding side. And one of the key things or the key tasks in the months to come for us is the integration and the interoperability. So therefore, I think the timing for Caelestinus is perfect for us. So thank you.
Thank you, Yuri. It's amazing how things just fit together at the right time, and I'm so happy that we can welcome you among Caelestini this year. So I'm hoping that you will enjoy your time and you will use it to your best advantage, which in turn is the advantage of everybody on the planet, to have their hearts listened to with the best possible and most accurate technology that you are building right now. And what's even better is that you won't need a qualified physician who's busy doing other things, but even nurses, and in the future maybe more people can use the device with extreme ease of use. So good luck in Caelestinus. Can't wait for working together. And we have reached the last startup to present today. It's VPix Medical, and it's Hee-Jun online to explain what VPix Medical promises.
Thank you. Happy to be here. It's a pleasure and a pressure to be the last one of amazing startups. So VPix Medical is trying to solve a problem of cancer surgery. Cancer surgery, when surgeons are cutting out tumors, it is very difficult to pinpoint where the margin is. So in many cases, there's under-resection, meaning cancer cells are left behind and they cause recurrence and reoperation. And in many cases, it causes over-resection, meaning they cut too much and damage the functional outcome of the patient. It is all because surgeons cannot see the margin in a microscopic way, in a very accurate way. So surgeons are taking the tissue out and sending it to the lab, pathology lab, to assess if that tissue is normal or tumor. And that takes at least 30 minutes in developed countries. So in order for us to solve that problem, we have developed a hardware that can microscopically view the margin digitally real time on the patient. So before resection, we have this pen-type probe that they can touch the margin and show microscopic images to the surgeon real time so that they can see if that's tumor or not. If tumor, they can resect more. If it's normal, they can just leave it there and then move to the next spot. So we are already commercial. We are quite further along the line. Here we are a Series B. We are commercial in a couple different countries. And what we are trying to do through Caelestinus program is to make ourselves FHIR native. So we are basically hardware company. We have our AI interpreter that's standalone. We want to be plugged in to hospital network and EMR so that people don't have to type in the results of our analysis to the EMR and get insights. So happy to be here. Looking forward to the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Hee-Jun, for the last presentation. I love what you're doing, and I'm fascinated every year, like the ideas that are born out of clinical and surgery practice. So obviously you must have been talking to surgeon and watching surgeries and operations to come up with such an idea to speed up the whole process. And also it's interesting you highlighted interoperability and kind of the way data flows, because that could be something that will make it possible for you to grow seamlessly along most hospital information systems around the globe. So good luck to you. This has been a great last pitch. I enjoyed it utterly. We are also working with a number of oncology clinics and hospitals, so we'll be happy to to help you with some pre-sales in those hospitals. So take me up on that in the future. And bravo to all of you that it took us a bit longer, but you know, waiting is half the pleasure. And all of you did great pitches and did it really well. And I think it was worthwhile to watch through all the presentations to give you a picture of what Caelestinus 2026 batch looks like. So I hope even you here in Prague who had to sit through all of this, you couldn't do this in a bath, you couldn't sip a beer while watching it. Even you did great. So it's a big applause to our audience, to you that pitched, and I think the time has come for us to call it a day. Here in Prague, it's almost end of the day. For some of you, it's still a beginning of a day, and for some of you, you must have tuned in during the night. So thank you again for taking part. It's always difficult to manage the time zones, and I'm glad you were here to present. So that's it. It's another year, another batch. We have a good alumni club, so if you graduate, if you make it to the demo, you'll become part of a 100+ Caelestini community, which we work with. Some of you can become our partners, our mentors. Maybe we've seen startups that merged during Caelestinus. New partnerships were formed, so please use the power of the community. It's been a long day in Prague. We are now waiting for the refreshments next door, so I hope you'll all understand if I say goodbye to you. Let me thank all the guys in the room next door for providing great streaming service. I hope you had a pleasant experience. I hope you liked the whole setup here in the studio. Thank you again, guys, who made it here in Prague. And that's about it. So we'll see you tomorrow for the orientation session. And I am still happy to be doing this 5th year in a row, and I can't wait for the final demo. So do good, do it well, and we now will enjoy the beers and chlebičkys next door. So guys, have a great year, have a great 3 months of incubation, and do good and do it well. Thank you.